So the reason we want to start doing these, we've been talking about this. Well, actually, it was one of my goals for 2023 was that we'd start doing some live streaming, primarily just to link more with our plant-based community and to be able to answer questions when people have them. And we are perfectionists, so we put everything off until the last possible moment. And then we thought New Year's Eve is not the time to go live, so we'll do it on New Year's Day. So here we are. As I say, apologies for the late start. And so what we plan to do, we won't make promises about how often we'll do this, but once we've got through the nervousness of running this one, well, I'm sure we'll be a lot more adept at getting these going in the future and maybe having little theme topics. So the theme topic tonight or to this afternoon is just Happy New Year.
Happy New Year from Jenny and Malcolm.
And we just want to talk for a few minutes about what we've been up to and what we've got coming up. So would you like to talk about what we've been up to just the last couple of weeks over the holiday period?
It was a bit of a late night last night. Actually, we were asleep before midnight and woken again at midnight, but it was New Year's Eve. So I thought I'd start off by mentioning things I might be working on at the moment. What am I reading at the moment? My previous book was Conquering Your Fibromyalgia. I think that book's really probably most relevant to those who have fibromyalgia. But my current reading, very exciting book, only recently released, is Dr. Michael Greger's How Not to Age, or How to Get Healthier as You Get Older Rather Than Sicker. It's good.
Is that what you want to say about
Yeah,
it?
that's all I want to say. I'm still working through it. Yeah.
I'm waiting for Malcolm to finish so that I can tap into the audio version as well. So we also wanted to mention what we've got coming up. And in the light of just a quick mention, we wrote a newsletter just before Christmas and did talk about how there's all the stresses of this time of year of navigating, particularly around food, sharing food with friends, family and work colleagues. And we also noted that there is this phenomenon that we've witnessed over many years of what we call falling off the wagon. And so sometimes just eating, and we're indebted to the work of psychologist Doug Lisle about how this comes about. And so if you've had a few rich meals, I mean, we all like to indulge just a little, and maybe we eat food richer than we normally would. And so it can happen that you reset your taste buds for the very sort of calorie-rich food, and you can find yourself by, today, New Year's Day, feeling like you're just craving the stuff that you thought you'd left behind when you made the change to whole food plant-based diet. So we've got a webinar series coming up starting next Sunday. So 4-part webinar series. If there's anyone out there watching who hasn't already, I know I can see, thanks Belinda and Michelle, who have already done our webinar series or our immersion. But yeah, so next Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Melbourne time, we've got a 4-part webinar series. The second, third and fourth part will be on Wednesday evenings over the following few weeks at 7:30. So that's coming up, and in March we've got our next immersion at the lovely Yarra Valley Living Centre. So if anyone's interested in any of those events, please get in touch with us. So in terms of changes for this year, you were going to talk a little bit about your focus.
Yeah, my focus will be changing in my medical practice. A lot more focus on practicing lifestyle medicine, mainly through telehealth. So I'll have greater availability this year.
Okay, and we did promise that we weren't going to talk for too many minutes and that we wanted to allow time if anyone has any questions for us. We're happy to answer questions.
Before we get to the questions, I was never really got to pass my reading of how not to age and my summary of good.
Oh,
No,
that's
there's a
right.
lot of great.
There was something else you were
No, there's
doing.
a lot of great science in that. And when you look at most of the major accepted mechanisms of aging, it's sort of like just don't understand why all the aging experts are not sort of all talking plant-based or predominantly plant-based diet. Um,
Yeah, something else that we've been working on and
Yes,
we've just
something else we've
published
been
it.
working on is you've probably all heard this term good fats, and it tends to drive me a bit crazy. And the topic came up again when I was being interviewed for the National Health Association, um, which will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I was asked the question about, well, what about good fats? As I was elaborating on the great results we see from a low fat, SOS-free, whole foods plant-based diet. And this good fats term's bandied around a lot. Like, and once someone goes, yeah, it's good fats, it's good fats, it doesn't seem to matter what the fats actually are. Like I've seen some of our leading experts talk about, these foods are good for omega-3s and brain health, and you actually, think, well, no, they're classified, you call them good fats, but I've looked them up and I've found they're actually quite low in omega-3s, or a little bit high in saturated fats. So I wrote an FAQ on what are good fats and what criteria would we put on good fats. I think I'm not going to spill everything we're going to do this year, but I think something else we'll be working on in the next few months is revisiting the protein issue. Now that's not just, are we protein deficient, as New Scientist suggested the other day that maybe plant-based people who don't eat processed food might be protein deficient. The Marion Nestle commented that the study showed that that was a very incomplete diaries. So we will be talking in the coming months about protein and protein requirements, and the hard sell that's been given on protein for the elderly. Seeing I'll be turning 65 in March of next year. That'll make me elderly.
This year. This March.
This year. Good. Okay, back to you, Jenny.
Well, just that the page, the FAQ on good fats is actually up on our website, so I'll pop a link into the comments, and we will do a post on our page on this page very soon about that. We just have only just got back from our little Christmas holiday. Okay, so has anyone got any questions you want to ask us? I can see a few of you online in the chat, and if anyone wants to ask anything, otherwise we'll say farewell. And of course, this link will stay up on the internet, up on the Facebook page, so anyone will be able to watch it afterwards. That's why we didn't want to make it too long. We've now been going for 8 minutes 45 seconds. So we might sign off soon unless there's anyone who wants to tap a little question into the comments. So thank you for all of you who wished us a Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to you. And happy reading, Michelle, if you've got the book How Not to Age. I can't wait to get my ears into it. I prefer to listen rather than I just fall asleep if I read for too long. Okay, I think we're probably just about done, and we'll say farewell. And until next time. So thank you for those of you who have joined us live
for our very first live broadcast,
with a slight hiccup that we couldn't actually hit the go live button. We were in some sort of loop. Anyway, we got out of it, and here we are. And farewell. Happy New Year, everyone. Bye.
Bye.